Yo ho ho! What's going on, guys? This is Grim Reaper back with that next set, that other one. We here with Homeless Sperm versus Orochi or Orochi. That's the one we're running with right now. Orochi. As you already know, we've been doing these poll type questions for about a week and a half now. It's the new thing that we started up. I'm trying to figure out the exact schedule as to how we're gonna do it. Whether we should do it multiple times a week, once a week to cover like a whole bunch of stuff so we can get more votes up, so we can get more votes accumulated and more comments accumulated. All those stats are going to come in with time, so please remember to continue to like write comments on the polls, to vote on the polls. We are growing. We're seeing more and more results every single question. I really appreciate the increasing engagement. It shows me that like this is something that I should be doing more of. So if you'd like to see more of it, continue to do that. And in the comment section below, along with the other comments for this video, suggest what you would like to see as the schedule for all these poll videos. But in the meantime, remember to check out our Patreon and our Discord if you want to support the channel and help the channel grow through discussing, conversations, dialogue with myself and other members of the community, and by assisting the actual channel with financial resources. We have a $1 tier, $2 tier, $5 tier, $10 tier, $20 tier. You can support all kinds of ways and you get all kinds of perks like special access to the poll questions, your names on the screen of the poll questions, credits at the end of the videos, uncut access to videos, uncut unreleased access to the 1 Point to My podcast, and etc. But let's get into the question. Homeless Emperor versus Orochi. Now, just to explain real quick, Homeless Emperor is a unification of homeless sperm and, black sperm and Homeless Emperor. And then we obviously have Psykos, the amplified elixir drunk version of Garou, and Orochi, a defeated goo state form that's united with Psykos under her mental strain, excuse me. To give a little more context, even more so to Homeless Emperor and Black Sperm, it was mentioned by Psykos when she was in pair up against Tatsumaki, an individual who we're facing right now, a person who we're facing right now, that with Black Sperm and Homeless Emperor together, they could beat anybody. Now, the context of that could be debated. The context of that could be repositioned in a different viewpoint. But the way we're using it now is that because Garou is in one of her greatest predicaments, right? Orochi is, I don't want to say an alternative because she did call for him first, but she wasn't trying to use him in this manner. She wasn't trying to like integrate his physical body into herself. She just wanted him to be her pawn, to fight for her. So with that being a failure, we can by default say that this plan is an auxiliary plan, secondary. It wasn't going to be the first part. So maybe this unification isn't as strong as Orochi as a pawn, or Orochi's pinnacle physical strength. That's one thing that I think we could derive from that statement, whether you agree with it or not. But the other statement is that in substitution of Orochi, Black Sperm and Homeless Emperor in unison were her alternative. Now, what does this really mean? Because she didn't mention Rover, and we can all agree that individually Rover seems stronger than Black Sperm or Homeless Emperor to an extent, and obviously no specialities and matchups are going to matter in this situation. Elder Centipede wasn't mentioned, but he's dead. Goketsu wasn't mentioned, but he's dead. Phoenix Man wasn't mentioned, but nobody really knew his transformation. The ninjas weren't even given cadre ranks. Neon wasn't mentioned. Fury wasn't mentioned. Gums wasn't mentioned. None of the other cadres were given that accolade, even though they're cadres. So the question is Black Sperm and Homeless Emperor the alternative to Orochi? The final result, the final solution, the final problem of Tatsumaki. Is it fair to say that Black Sperm and the Homeless Emperor are the alternative to the solution that is Orochi for that problem? I personally, like always, I'm not going to give my direct actual opinion. I'm just going to present the evidence that you have and see if I agree with it or not. So let's get up into it. I want to give thanks to our patrons, Greek and Phoenix, for dropping their questions. As you already know, this is the one of the first features of being a patron member is Okay, bet. Cool. All right, bet. Okay, here we go. One of the first features of being a Patreon member is you get your poll questions right first. Specta, Greek, and Phoenix Man. All right, so then let's find old boys first. Let me see what Specta's saying first. I don't think I see Specta's commenting here, bro. What the fuck you doing, bro? We was running with whatchamacallit? Wow. I mean, he commented somebody else's. So all right. So up first, Greek didn't leave a comment either. Gooseman did. I think Greek's been working like crazy. Greek's also the head mod in Discord. Coincidentally, so like, I don't know why the fuck he's always busy, but all right. So Gooseman says Orochi easy. When Psykos was talking about how those two could beat anyone, I think she was more talking about the S class. And we saw that she significantly underestimated Tatsumaki. That's something I do want to mention. The fact that Tatsumaki's full potential to this moment still isn't quantifiable. Now, we did see a limit to her physical durability or physical defenses. We saw that. How much she's able to like physically take before it's too much, before she's almost out of it. We saw it when we can't even quantify that number exactly though, because it was a flip of shields and like supposedly there was an excessive amount of force that was being distributed around Tatsumaki's shield inward upon herself and but through herself. The more that she exerted power, the more it was being flipped to cause more pressure on her. So like it was like didn't really understand. We didn't even understand exactly how it happened, and we don't understand what kind of damage or force was required to do all that. So I'll give you that. So in her head, she must have thought victory was a lot closer than it was. If Orochi's power is anything like that of Orochi pre-Saitama, she'll be able to take anything that Homeless and Black Sperm can dish out, as well as completely overpower them in return with ease. Okay, so basically, I think we should try to use some visuals for this shit. I don't know, like, hold on, let me see. Let me see what I can use to write down. Damn, I don't even got no pen over here no more, bro. Back to the props, bro. All right, so y'all gonna have to mark or remember where it is on the page on the screen, right? So if say right here, right? Let's say that this is Pinnacle Orochi, right? Right here. Look right here, like right. Pinnacle Orochi, right? This is as strong as Orochi has ever been. This is Orochi versus Saitama. The presentation that we got. This is where Orochi stands. He's saying that if he's anywhere near this level, so let's say that near is, you know, not too far away. It can't be half. It can't be half the distance away. So we'll do half of the distance, so a quarter of the distance. So if Pinnacle Orochi's right here, and this is half from 0 to the distance to Pinnacle Orochi, then half of that. So then right here, about halfway. So if Orochi is from this point to exactly as strong as how Pinnacle Orochi is, he's saying that will by default or definitively defeat Homeless Sperm. We don't know where Homeless Sperm is. We don't know where he stands in this listing here. And apparently, according to the statement, even though Phoenix Man is saying that this could be referring to the S-Class, that still doesn't give us a reference to anybody here. Sure, we can believe that the S-Class can't really fight anybody like Orochi or those guys or anything like that, and that's fine. That's credible. It's a credible belief. But we still don't know where Homeless Emperor and Orochi stand. As we already see, Black Sperm... No, Orochi. Homeless Emperor and Black Sperm stand. Black Sperm is currently fighting Atomic Samurai with one of the most deadliest techniques in the full stomach slash we've seen. It literally like removes that part of the body. It doesn't cut it, doesn't like punch it, do a lot of damage. It annihilates it. So like whether it's on a huge scale or not, we obviously know Atomic Samurai can't fight a guy like Orochi. But like to be able to like, cut a tentacle, that could be possible. Go up against the same exact instance of the individual, he's fighting with that. Every single time you hurt him or slice him or whatever you do, we don't know the exact specifics of like the chemical properties of Black Sperm. We don't know if like if you burn him, does it still have the same concept? If you drown him, is it still the same concept? How how much physical trauma do you have to deal before it won't regenerate, or is it still going to regenerate and split? We don't know those instances, but we do know if you cut him and you deal that kind of damage, piercing, shearing damage, he will split into individuals that are as powerful and as potent with the same capabilities as the initial individual. So to an extent, if the initial first black sperm is a dragon, then once you cut him down the middle and it becomes 2 black sperms, you're facing 2 dragons, and so on and so on. Atomic Samurai's gotten himself into a pretty dangerous predicament. We obviously know that the stats for black sperm aren't too crazy though, right? Because Atomic Samurai seems to be like a superhuman, but he's not Dark Shine's durability, right? He's taking a beating from black sperm and he's still getting into it. He fell from super high up, landed on his back, and it was all right. He has somewhat of a superhuman tank status, but he's nowhere near Dark Shine. He's getting broken into though. Like the consistency and like, yeah, that's it. The consistency of black sperm's attacks and like how he just can't be damaged by Atomic Samurai is a problem. What is Orochi gonna do? Set him on fire? We can argue about a point. I'll give you that. But that's really about all he can do. Punch him? Sure, we could argue that point, fine, but like I don't really believe it's gonna hurt him or knock him out. It's a point that like I have to always address, because you remember when you're debating, pulling out the extremes that doesn't help prove your point. But when you're trying to solidify a point or trying to see if your argument is as strong as possible, you want to put it up against other strong points or other things or scrutiny that would like undermine it or attempt to undermine your idea to see if it really holds up to the merit that you want. Is it? So I take the Saitama merit, right? That's the pinnacle. Saitama hasn't failed to like, besides Boros, and then he did just more punches, a stronger punch, and he actually killed him, destroyed the regeneration. So Boros seems to have the pinnacle of regenerative capabilities. I don't want to say that black sperms splitting and and Boros' regeneration are the same thing. They're probably not even in the same category. If they were in the same category, I don't think we could properly match them to be up against each other. Like, it's gonna sound crazy. But black sperm has some pretty crazy splitting capabilities, copying, multiplying. It's crazy, and it looks like if you hit it fast enough and hard enough, he won't be able to split. But with Boros, no matter how hard you hit him, he's gonna regenerate. So there just seems to be like a difference there between splitting and regeneration. I can't say that Orochi punching black sperm is gonna make him like split, or excuse me, is gonna like destroy him or something like that. I don't think that, but I do think that if Saitama punches him hard enough, he'll die. So there's a disconnect there. Like, is it because there's a certain amount of force that you have to reach in order to like actually kill black sperm with physical trauma? Is that what the problem is? Or like, is there some like secret property that Saitama's punches have that are just too much? Whatever it may be, it's most likely the latter, that like, or excuse me, the former, that you have to have a certain amount of physical strength in order to just completely annihilate black sperm with physical force. Because you can do that. You can meteor, just clap some shit. It can happen. Fast as fuck. It can happen. There are things that like are moving. There are things in space that are moving at percentages of the speed of light. And if those things were to like hit us or hit something like physical, it'd be catastrophic. For sure, the thing that it hit would be annihilated if it's big enough and the size difference is contrasting. So that makes sense. So I could see physical trauma annihilating something. I'm just saying that like Atomic Samurai in this story seems to be doing this through a speciality. He's slicing a lot harder, faster, and at a smaller point with more precision. It's still trauma technically, shearing force, but it's still trauma. So it's fine. It's acceptable. Sure, I think we could see Saitama with a punch annihilating black sperm. I think we could phrase it that way. I think it's sensible to say that, but I don't think Orochi has that capability. So that's the first instance. The first example. I know it was a little rant there. That's the first instance as to why you really can't just put homeless sperm in that little scale that we did here just way below that range. There's no reason to put him below that range yet, especially when we were being told that a homeless emperor can defeat anybody in substitution of Orochi, pinnacle Orochi. So let's continue forward with the homeless example. This is the weakest part of it, because I don't know if I should break down the entire example because I think somebody else might address it, but basically just to keep it short, and I'll see if somebody else will elaborate upon it. If not, I'll elaborate on it at the end of the video. Homeless sperm's durability is in great question, not only through like individuals in the community, but Drive Knight himself has mentioned it. I haven't seen evidence of this, but we did see evidence of the Drive Knight's claim for Rover. So we now have more credibility, more faith in what Drive Knight is saying, especially in his data evaluations. But the fact of the matter is that Drive Knight is a liar, and he's deceitful and a traitor. And he's also warned Genos, and he's also up against Genos. It seems like he has either some vendetta up against him, or he sees that Genos is an obstacle. So there's no reason for me to completely discredit the idea, or there's no reason for you to call me credulous for believing or insinuating that it may be possible that Drive Knight's information that he gave to Genos may be faulty or may have some intention behind it. It may be alluding to a certain thing so that Genos does the opposite of it and then gets defeated if he encounters that individual. It may be useful to maybe even taking Genos out of the fight or out of the equation entirely. Whatever it may be, there could be some nefarious intentions with Drive Knight giving Genos this valuable information that he got from the association. They also gave that information. He also gave that information to the rest of the association as well. So let's see if that information is truly faulty and like where the betrayal with Drive Knight really leads to, or the extent of it. But I'm simply saying that to call Homeless Emperor a glass cannon, like several guys have done, I haven't seen evidence of it yet. Sure, it's because Zombie hasn't tested him or anything like that, but I want to see it first. I want to see this concept where, like, if he gets hit significantly by some minor attack because he's a regular human or a glass cannon or whatever, he'll be defeated. I want to see it. Because besides that, the potency of his attacks are pretty dominant. There's not many dragons right now that are going to easily fight Homeless Emperor or easily hurt Homeless Emperor. Let's keep on with the poll questions because Phoenix took up a bunch of that time, bro. Alright, bro. Let's keep pushing. So that was Gooseman. And then Joey says, yeah, what he said. Fuck you, Joey. You're useless. Marfman was good. Marfman from the YouTube poll question. He says, that's the same name I thought of. Comment number 5. This nigga, bro. Alright. Then King Reese on the YouTube says, we haven't seen much of Black S or Homeless yet. They both low diff their opponents and showed amazing abilities, but aren't really tanks. Orochi's power was emphasized multiple times and is likely faster and stronger with a higher destructive capability. Agreed. Not to mention energized by a powerful Esper. We have to be careful with what we're considering Orochi. Because if you're looking at it as like he has the qualities of Orochi separately and Psycho separately, that isn't the case right now. It's a unison of their powers, but they're being displayed in a separate way. So we should just use the Orochi we've seen and treat it as a different character entirely. I'm not saying that Orochi can't do the Orochi single arm blast. I'm not saying it can. I'm saying that let's wait and see and just use the shit that we have so far. Now, I get that throughout the video we have been like kind of referencing it as if we were entertaining their separate capabilities, because Black Sperm and Homeless Emperor are going to be using their separate capabilities. So we'll continue to do both of it, and I understand both. I'm just saying that like if you're going to look at it as if like you're considering their Orochi's powers individually and Psycho's powers individually, then you also have to look at it as if like just the Orochi example as well. Entertain both viewpoints, and then I'll accept it, because I can't just accept you saying that like, oh, Orochi throws these fire blasts and that's why he'll beat Homeless Sperm when like Orochi hasn't done that. So King Reese finishes off by saying, all the cadres at once probably couldn't beat Orochi, but against anybody else, Homeless Sperm is above Dragon. The fuck? Does that mean Atomic above Dragon? Yo, boy! What's going on, bro? From YouTube. He says, bro, I honestly can't pick who'd win here. With how powerful both homeless and sperm are on their own, if they were to cohesively work together to maximize the effectiveness of their individual abilities, there's no telling what they'd be able to do. But at the same time, Orochi is just so damn powerful that I don't think any cadres could take her on alone. Yeah. If she were to go for homeless first and try to kill him as soon as possible, considering he's pretty much a glass cannon, see? And succeeded, she could probably overwhelm sperm once he's alone. Overwhelm sperm? I don't want to force his statement into thinking how I was thinking before, that like you'd have to have a certain amount of force to like hurt Orochi, or kill, destroy black sperm. As soon as there's another way to do it, right? I don't know what though, because he's saying what caught my attention was overpowered. Overpowered, overwhelmed. Okay, but how though? If he has multiples of himself, like what are you really gonna do to him? Like, I wonder if you put him inside the like little gravitational force field. It's gonna be tripping. That Garou put Tatsumaki under whenever she was using that immense amount of gravitational force. Brought up the sides of the walls or whatever, put it into like a little ball around her little sphere and try to crush it to a small little point. I wonder if that would kill black sperm, or if like you had a lot more force to it. Maybe, because you'd assume that the other way to like dealing with black sperm would be to seal him off. You know, he's not gonna. Well, he can. I don't think we have seen him split. No, yeah. Damn, he did split without being hit. Remember when he was like he had his hands out like this or whatever, and then he had like a bunch of heads pop out, and Atomic like wasn't cutting him. And then Atomic cut all those heads, and then they turned into like even more sperm. So yeah, he can multiply and deform even when not being hit. So containment isn't gonna stop him from like being able to multiply and create numerous amounts of himself that can turn into a large bulk guy, or if not have those numerous guys attack a certain point continuously and then break through the barrier or find a way to get out of a barrier. Because containment is really only going to be based on materials. Maybe you could have some like redundancies or like some traps along the way, like electrically conduct the walls, or like have several layers and electrically conduct one of the layers and when he gets there. But then this is the problem again. Everything that you're doing to hurt black sperm could potentially split him and create more. So I asked the question, if you put that around black sperm and you crush it like Garou did, like it seems like she can flip barriers. So I'm just using that Orochi thing. You know, let's say that like she's able to make one too on sperm. Will that make him split? Victor Estrella says black sperm would have been a cooler name, or Black Emperor. You're fucking racist. This nigga's racist as fuck, bro. This nigga racist as fuck. Adam Clinton says, I think that the Orochi group would absorb the black sperms and make him even more powerful. Nigga, I didn't even think about that, bro. The Orochi group absorbing the excessive sperms? I don't know if they would multiply with that. Let's assume they wouldn't. That's not trauma. I don't think they would. But maybe, because remember the big puppets, they were screaming in pain this chapter at the beginning when they were getting absorbed. And so are the other monsters that were along the way, like the female monster that we saw in one of the chapters. Ooh, I don't know, bro. That's smart as fuck though. Having the Orochi goo actually absorb the excess, so Orochi continues to get stronger. The more Adam Clayton coming through with the facts, bro. So Orochi pokes him, right? Or starts cutting him up and shit like that with them two big things or whatever. And then he, like, let's say 100 of them niggas come out, right? 100 sperms come out of like a bunch of attacks. The goo comes up, absorbs a bunch of them, right? Let's say 2 or 3 escape. Now you got 3 sperms back. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Woo! But the question is, bro, like, can the Orochi goo really absorb the black sperms? Or like, would they split? Like, imagine like them splitting inside of the goo, right? So like, you would assume that he'd get even stronger exponentially. But like, What if there's so many black sperms? What if he splits so many times that he starts to actually overwhelm the goo? That like instead of the goo covering him like the shirt covers me, it turns into like this. Like there's not enough goo. That's how big it is. Or whatever. There's not enough goo to cover all the massive sperms that keep splitting. Like, damn, bro. Look, that's the thing that I'm saying. Like, the puppets were in pain. They were in pain. And we can't assume that like there's only one way to hurt black sperm. Or like there's only one way to split black sperm. We can't assume that. There has to be multiple ways, right? I'm thinking that there has to be multiple ways. So I'm asking like, bruh. Yo, what if Orochi absorbs the excess sperms? That's balling, bro. Hey, I'm fucking with it, Adam Clinton. I'm fucking with it, bro. Hold on. Alright. So the second part of Clinton's statement is not to mention when Psykos said that homeless sperm could take on anyone, she didn't know of Orochi's full power. Yeah, she didn't know Pinnacle Orochi. So that's the other part of the question that like we should always keep in mind too, that we don't know, as I mentioned before with the graphs like that. Pinnacle Orochi, we don't know, or yeah, Garou didn't know what Pinnacle Orochi was. No, that's a question though. No. No, that is corroborated. Because she says, when did you get this power? And there's nothing in the story leading to the fact that Orochi gained the ability somehow or along the way to absorb things. So it has to be that in a very premature point, like in the beginning of like her experiments or their partnership together, Orochi had a certain set of capabilities. And he began to gain stronger even after that point. And the latest point, the most recent point, that she remembers evaluating or understanding for capabilities of Orochi could not have been recent, or he hasn't had an encounter as of recent times, or he didn't reveal all of his capabilities in recent times. Regardless, this is some information that hasn't been alluded to. All I can say is that the fact that she said, "When did you get this power?" alludes to the fact that she thinks that, or she didn't know that he had this capability before. So I agree, she didn't know the pinnacle of Orochi. 100%, I agree. But this nigga King Reese out here mentioning commenting twice, bro. Hold up, bro. I'm outside just never mind, bro. My dumb ass out here just posting niggas twice, bro. Alright. McDude, what's good, nigga? Says Psykos' predictions been trash. Orochi keeps on winning. We might make a video on that, on like all the things that Garou has gotten wrong. Because that is a thing. I brought it up in the podcast that like there's some things that aren't too consistent with Garou's like rating, or that like you guys aren't accepting it. So I'm like, I don't know. I'll make a video on that. We can explore it a little bit more. We got to get pushing though, because we're already at the 30-minute mark. All right. Phoenix bitch ass out here commenting twice. All right, so let's go on to the Discord side for a second, and then we'll go back to the YouTube. So, One Nation, are one of our leading mods, or one of the mods in Discord, leading mods. The governor of the art, I think he's the art governor. Yeah, he governs cutouts, art gallery, and shit like that. He's actually the one of the main artists for the channel story that right now we're getting started. He's working on one character which he's been working on for like 100 years. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with this nigga. So he says, right now, I believe it's too early to say anything on homeless and sperm. We've only seen one fight from each. Right? They both won from what it seems. Nigga, what? Fuck out of here, bro. That's how I still got his blade, bitch. But I stay with my statement of needing more feats. Though to give credit, homeless abilities that he thinks is from God seem to be powerful, and it doesn't seem like he's using his full power yet. Could agree. And with sperm, well, it's an army with extreme regenerate and battle capabilities, though I still wish to see more. That was a long explanation as to why you want to say you don't know. So fuck you. It was good, God. GOD. Guy says, I would say Orochi because isn't she two fused cadres together? Simple math. 1 + 1 = 2, nigga. And then people refute his comment. When it says true, but two fused cadres versus two cadres isn't much different, I suppose. Hey, some more bad math to counter the other bad math. I like it, bruh. Oh shit. Alright. VGC says, which of the two cadre fusions will potentially be stronger than the Orochi and Psykos fusion? Shut the fuck up. We ain't answering your questions, nigga. You answering our questions, bruh. Goose comes in. Goose comes in and says, a monster with the abilities of Black Sperm and Phoenix Man would be functionally unkillable. Tell him twice. Tell him twice. Damn, bro. Yo, Black Phoenix? Or Sperm Man? Nah. Phoenix Sperm? Sperm Phoenix? Nah. Black Phoenix? No, Black no. Yeah, it would have to be Phoenix Sperm. Chubb, fucking Chubb, bitch ass nigga. He says, honestly, a Black Sperm and EC fusion would probably be the strongest. Oh, niggas out here answering the VGC, which two cadres would potentially be stronger than the Orochi Psykos fusion? A Black Sperm EC fusion? What the fuck? Yo, what the fuck was that, dog? Oh shit! Some lint and eyelashes. EC Black Sperm. That's crazy, but why would you? How could they fuse? Like, why would that even like? I wouldn't even want to. Like, that's cheating. That's cheating. What the fuck? They'd be planetary in no time. What the fuck? Stop. No, stop that. That wouldn't be fun to see. An elder centipede with Black Sperm's qualities, bro. Hey, back your ass up, bro. Ain't nobody ask you, bro. I already told you to answer the poll questions, bro. You fucking. Let me see, bro. Having EC's durability, and then whenever you do break through that thumb, he splits in others too. Stop. Nobody wants to see that. Resurrected Ape, who's good, my name. Resurrected says, "Man, you really hold a lot of weight in that statement made about homeless and sperm. Orochi alone would be enough, to be honest." Nani? I don't know how I feel about that, bro. What is Orochi gonna do to homeless? Or yeah, gonna do to sperm? I'm not gonna say homeless get bad to Orochi's blast, but after taking Rover's shit, Garou tanked the Orochi shit. Well, was it much different? And he kept going for the fight. So I might, maybe, but that isn't the pinnacle of Orochi. So, but I also don't expect that Orochi arm cannon to be let off on sperm like it was on Saitama. I don't expect that. But if a defeat is in sight, we should. Dutch, what's good, bro? Dutch says, if the hype of what Psykos was saying is true, about homeless and sperm teaming up could kill any individual hero, including Tots, then I think they could beat Orochi. But Psykos has been wrong before, so we will just have to wait and see their full potential. Don't forget that Black Sperm by himself was ready to square up with Orochi, so there might be some weight to that statement. That's right! Yo, Sperm was like, hey, nigga, tighten up, bro. I thought we was for the fade for your spot, bro. Yeah, yo, that ass. I completely forgot about that, my nigga. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was not taking that into context at all, bro. At Oh, bruh. The cadre or excuse me, the Monster King candidates, man. Phoenix, man. Bruh, it's hard, bruh. I don't have like both fights, right? Black Sperm and Garou. All of these have not only, or have in some way or form expressed the desire and an actual challenge to the Monster King Orochi. In some way or form. Phoenix in his head was literally just going off, but even confronted Garou about Orochi, stuff like that, and what's going on with Garou or whatever. I'm gonna be the Monster King, bro. I'm gonna be the Monster King. And then after he got it, yo, after he suited up, bro, after Phoenix came out to just catch a nigga shit, he was just like, come here, bro, give me that, bro. Give me that fucking chisel beam. Caught that bitch, bro. Caught that shit like nothing, bro. Phoenix was out there, bro, ripping niggas' arms off and shit, bro. Out there tanking Novas. Tanking Novas. Tanking Novas. Ishii's not taking a Nova. Phoenix did, though. But you get Sperm. He literally told that nigga, hey, bruh, I thought we was finna get our chance after this. All right, you get your chance. All right. Proving what his chance is really gonna be about, bro. And this shit kind of scary, dog. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Look. I obviously understand that the nigga represents the channel. Atomic Samurai is getting manhandled right now. I understand that. But the reason why I hold so much pride still, and why I would even say that my pride's like, it's flying up higher because of this instance, is because we're arguably fighting the strongest cadre right now. Arguably. You can argue that if you want. What is Goketsu going to do to Sperm? What is Ishii going to do to Sperm? What is Rover going to do to Sperm? They're all tough fights. They're all crazy fights. Black Sperm versus anybody that I just mentioned. They're all high cadres, high dragons, like official cadres, strongest of the bunch. The top 4, top 5, if we were to differentiate between all the cadres, none of them are having a good time against Sperm. None of them are. Sperm isn't having a good time against them either. I'm going to make that clear. But none of them are having a fun time against Sperm. So I'll put it to you like that, bro. Atomic's facing arguably a top 5 cadre, arguably the most dangerous of the cadres, arguably an individual whose matchup difference is the worst out of any of the matchup differences. Arguably. That's why my pride's so high, because this nigga's about to clap them cheeks. Atomic about to clap them cheeks, boy. And I'm not worried, right? We're here. We're ready for it, bro. We're ready for it. So, no, bro. Sperm there, bro. Low key, I'm kind of leaning towards the Sperm side right now, but it's obvious the pinnacle, that the high standard, that the underdog has to be Sperm, because Orochi just seems so overwhelming on himself on his own. But remember, this is Orochi. Apologize. I forgot the song. He says, I doubt people would have learned by now not to doubt the Monster King. Alright, Orochi. And then Gums keeps fucking changing his name. Gums says, I would say Orochi claps because of how easily she was fucking with Tots. But IDK. Black Sperm no diff Atomic. So he's out here too. Fucking clown. And Homeless beat Zombie Man's Rover level guns. Fucking clown. Listen, bro. I said, the statement that I said was, I wouldn't be surprised if Zombie Man pulled out some Rover level guns. We were talking about the versatility and the diversity and the cleverness of Zombie Man to even have guns inside of his chest cavity or whatever. Be popping up out of nowhere, just guns even attached to his arms or whatever. Badass of him to have that. And I was saying, damn, bruh, he got so many guns. It wouldn't even be crazy to see a Rover level gun. That's what was the statement. That was the feel behind it. That was the tone behind it. Sarcasm. You fucking clown. You ain't even a clown, nigga. You the whole circus. The whole circus. All right, back to the YouTube side. All right, so Garou, the type of guy, says, "I love Black S." You gay. You gay. But really, LOL. Orochi would eat those fools easy. You gay, bro. This nigga said I love Black Stirring. B Mile says, we have not yet seen the true power and potential of black sperm, so I can't make that judgment yet. The fuck? This nigga's getting fucking clapped, man. What the fuck else is he gonna do? Or he's gonna get clapped, nigga. He's gonna get clapped. Alright. And then King of Irony. What's good, bro? I think you're new to here, or I'm not sure. I might have forgot. Smoking out of tree, bro. King of Irony says, we haven't seen the full capabilities of either homeless sperm or homeless emperor or black sperm. So far, those two are destroying their opponents with ease. Homeless is casually overloading Zombie Man's regen, and black sperm is literally low this atomic and is currently twerking on his corpse. Bitch, what? Nigga, shut the fuck up, dog. Let's see how those two do when faced with a real challenge. A real challenge, nigga, what? Hit your ass, bro. Bruh. Nigga, what the fuck? Bitch. Bitch. Yeah. Mario Oliver says, I think we should wait to see Black Sperm and Homeless's real potential, because Homeless didn't need to do much against Zombie Man, and Black Sperm easily destroyed and humiliated Atomic Samurai. Nigga, Atomic still got his blade. Tighten me up. They might be stronger later on, but until now, I think Orochi is stronger. I like how Mario got the most upvotes in his comment. Fuck y'all niggas. Every nigga that liked his comment, I gave him a thumbs up. Fuck y'all niggas, bro. Fucking clowns. Embrace the Inevitable says, I like the emphasis on easily destroyed and humiliated. As a response to Mario's comment. You gay. Spectre A, what's good, bro? Other patrons. Terrorists already in the comments section. Shaking my head. Tell them twice. Proud to be an American. Bro, I'm fucking tired of these goddamn Terrys coming and comment, not even just in Discord, where we got an entire text channel full of just trolling atomic slander. But now in the polls too, you gotta come with that. Bro. Fucking Mario. Oh. Eric Glover says, y'all keep doing Grimm wrong. I know, bro. These fucking clowns, bro. Like, damn, dog. God damn, bro. Niggas a whole group of clowns, man. Alright, with that being said, shit, bro, we passed the 30-minute mark. I'm gonna try to keep these lower to 30 minutes, but we just got into a lot bit more. Once we get a lot more comments and a lot more interaction, we're gonna get to the hour mark regardless. I'm not gonna fucking skip out on shit. Like, I'm not gonna fucking cut content out because, like, we got a lot of niggas. That's the whole point. So, like the video, subscribe. The One Punch Man podcast will be out tomorrow. We had some really big technical difficulties. As I mentioned, I can't use my computer right now. So we had some recording issues with my audio in particular, and it's persistent and very, very noticeable and annoying. One of the reasons why I haven't even decided to edit it yet is because it's, to me, I don't like it, but it's legible. You can understand what I'm saying. I don't like the quality of my voice, and it's unacceptable. But as we've seen in the YouTube polls, you guys have almost unanimously declared that you'd like to see One Punch Man podcast released regardless, and that you'll deal with the audio issues. I would say 89% of the podcast sounds perfectly fine. In terms of the other individuals talking, it's just myself that sounds not very good whatsoever. So I'll be releasing that tomorrow. If you guys want yeah, so I'll be releasing that tomorrow. So make sure you come through, check that out. I think it'll be at around like 8 or 9 or 7 or 6 at night. In that time period, PM Eastern time. So set your calendars, times, watches for that. It'll probably be a premiere, and we'll see y'all boys then. Yo!